I'll be in a better place. So I know as soon as this game ends, we're on the next season.
So, Sal, is this Tom Brady's best chance of winning his 7th ring?
No, this is not his best chance at it. It's his next chance to win it, but it's not his best chance. And let's clarify. Next year is this year for everybody out there in terms of preparation, in terms of performance, in terms of playing. September is this year, y'all. I understand what y'all saying. You're talking about next season. I get it. But look, Tom Brady, man, this dude. My coach used to always tell us, know your next now. And I'll be like, damn, coach, what you talking about? And he would say in life in general, like, oh, you want to be a broadcaster? Well, during the summer, you know what you need to be doing? Some broadcasting instead of just waiting till you retire. Oh, I got all this money. I'm fat and out of shape. Nobody wants me to play.
Is that applicable to relationships? Know your next now.
Well, we all do, if you really want to go there. But I do not want to out you right now. And all these numbers, I got a text right now about you. Here's the thing. You look good in that turtleneck, whatever. Let's talk about this situation where Brady's talking about. Let's just fast forward. Let's say this game it's Monday and we're on the show. Look at the team that he had this year and how he was able to acquire the talent on this team. I'm not talking about the built-ins. I'm talking about the guys that jumped ship, that came there because Tom Brady was in the building. Let's just say not everybody was in the prime shape, prime condition for this moment. More castaways than actual guys that you would look to acquire. More guys with names than maybe game at that moment. Let's talk about Gronk. He was doing what we were doing. He was wrestling. I mean, this dude was all over. And then he decided to put the cleats back on. I think Gronk, if he comes back next year, will be better next year than this year. Let's talk about Le'Veon Bell. Okay, let's move on. The point is, I don't know, but the point is he could be better next year, I hope. AB, the knee is giving him issues in part because he had a year layoff. Next year, you get this continuity. I think he'll be better even next year. Let's talk about Leonard Fournette. Now, he had to learn a new system like Tom Brady, mid-year, whatever it may be, because of him being cut and then coming to this team. He may be better next year. I would bet he will be even better next year. Point is, if you look all around there and then focus in on Tom Brady, he's looked even better the latter part of this season than he did in the beginning of the season. Let's look at the numbers. First 12 games, 7-5. Last 7 games, 7-0. Hasn't lost a game. Points per game is up. Yards per game up. Touchdown interception ratio better. And more importantly, the passer rating went from 95 to 111. Tom Brady is evolving in this system. Others will evolve in this system. So, yeah, this is his next opportunity for 7, but it may be even greater and better next year.
I respect that. I respect that. You said Le'Veon Bell. I think you meant Ronald Jones. You know, Le'Veon Bell with the teeth, big dog. He ain't doing nothing there either. He ain't doing nothing there.
No.
He ain't making no noise. Or LaShawn McCoy. LaShawn ain't doing nothing either.
That's
LaShawn might be done either way.
No wonder I ain't said much on him.
It is Tom Brady's best chance.
Yeah.
And it's Tom Brady's best chance in part because of what you said. He's there. Right. Like, it's hard to get to the Super Bowl. Tom Brady makes it look easy, but nonetheless, clearly it's very difficult. I think about it in so many different fashions, but the Bucs caught some breaks.
Who doesn't?
Of course, but the Bucs got Alex Smith, 4-1. The Washington football team is with Alex Smith at the quarterback. Alex Smith, calf strain, he doesn't play. Drew Brees, the Bucs made him play bad, sure, but Drew Brees had the worst post game of his career. So I would also anticipate that being a break. Against the Packers, if Matt LaFleur, who's a second-year head coach, in a little bit more wisdom, he gonna get a little bit more, how can you politically correctly say this? Confident. And on 4th and 8, he's not going to go ahead and kick a field goal. He'll probably go for it. I think the Bucs caught some breaks that you don't necessarily always catch, at least when you talk about Alex Smith, Taylor Heineke, Drew Brees' worst game ever. So that's one thing I'm thinking about. The other thing I'm thinking about is this. Eventually, big dog, the Seahawks got to make noise. Like, do they
eventually or they already made their noise.
That's possible.
And this is just the echo.
That's possible. But then you also think about the Rams. They knocking. With Matthew Stafford, if Matthew Stafford's the difference, they knocking.
Who's never won a playoff game? I mean, I'm not trying to be
I'm just saying they knocking. I'm saying they knocking. I'm saying you got to think about Aaron Rodgers. He been, hey, let me in the Super Bowl. He's been banging on the door.
Do you always answer the door when somebody at it? I don't.
Clearly you don't.
Hell no.
The fact of the matter is, are we really going to take the Buccaneers over the field again in the NFC next year? So is it Tom Brady's best chance? Yes, because he's there. But let's bring in somebody else who might have a slightly different opinion. NFL analyst Bucky Brooks. So, Bucky, talk to us, my guy. Is this Tom Brady's best chance at winning a 7th ring?
I mean, I don't know if this is his best chance because I think next year they could be even better. This kind of reminds me of the LA Lakers last year. Last year, the Lakers, they may not have been expected to win the title. They kind of won the title in the bubble, and we were like, wow, they won it. But this year, the team that they have is even better than that version. True. And what we now see is this is a field of dreams. If you build it, they will come. Before, when you saw Tom Brady in Tampa, you're like, is he really good enough to be able to get us to the promised land? Well, now that veterans have seen that Tom Brady can go to Tampa and he can take this team to the Super Bowl, now you're going to get everyone that wants to sign up. Bingo. And so when I talk about that Laker effect, really, it's the LeBron James effect. Now, because people know that he is the ring master, they know that if we go to Tampa, if we do the things that he is talking about doing, we absolutely can have a shot to win the title. I absolutely believe that the Buccaneers will be even better positioned to win the title next year than this year, and that's not to say that they can't win it on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm with you, Bucky. That's what I was saying in the first lap that I had. Like, the names, whoever he had, AB, Gronk, whatever, they're going to get better next year. Continuity, knowing the system. And there's going to be competition because it's going to be an attractive destination for other people who have even more game left in them to go to Tampa Bay because, like you said, the ringmaster's in the building. But let's just also look at Tom Brady and how the quarterback position in year 2, how you can evolve and succeed versus year 1. Let's look at some of these examples. How about Peyton Manning when he went to the Broncos? Y'all remember year 2? Yeah, he just broke the NFL single-season record for passing yards, 5,477, and touchdowns, 55, and took the Broncos to the Super Bowl. Okay, what about Lamar Jackson in his year 2? Oh, you know what he did? Unanimous MVP and Baltimore #1 seed. Patrick Mahomes, year 1, barely played. Year 2, led the NFL in passing touchdowns with 55 and won the MVP. Jared Goff, year 1, ooh, suspect. Year 2 under McVay, 13-3 record, Super Bowl, and #2 offense in the league. I got another one. Let's go to Acho's heart, because I know Acho's sitting over here rolling his eyes right now. Carson Wentz, year 1, 7-9. Barely more touchdowns than interceptions, 16-14. Year 2, oh my God, 11-2. On track to potentially win the MVP. Year 2, and these guys, love all y'all. Tom Brady, the GOAT, in year 2, where he gets to know that system, really know the intricacies, dive into the details. I think it's going to be greater later.
But I'm not pushing back on that aspect. Oh, okay. But remember, all the players you said, year 2, they were also ascending towards their physical prime. Tom Brady is descending away from his physical prime. His mental acumen may be ascending, but his physical prime is in decline. I do think those two things balance each other out. Okay. I do think what Tom Brady loses in physical attributes next season, he will gain in the mental. But what you all are forgetting about this defense, people. Y'all realize the only reason they're here because their defense has forced 7 turnovers in these 3 playoff games, right? You saw Tom Brady, 55% completion percentage game 1. 54% completion percentage game 2, 55% completion percentage game 3. So I would say that the only reason they're here is because their defense put up 4 turnovers against Drew Brees. That's what I would say. Now, let's look at that defense. Levante David, he about to be a free agent. Second on the team in tackles. Second in the NFL in tackles since he came into the league. We came into the league the same year. I've been retired a long time. So Levante David, 1,100 tackles. He's a free agent. Shaquille Barrett. That dude that had 19.5 sacks last year, led the league. 8 sacks this year, 27 over the last 2 years? Impending free agent. They already said tag yo at 1 year. What they about to do this time around? Ndamukong Suh. You know, just the guy that got his hand on the ball on the 2-point conversion, which is what actually put the Packers in a bind and eventually caused the Packers to lose that game. Impending free agent. Yes, AB may come back, although free agent. Gronk may come back. All these other pieces may come back, but y'all not going to sleep on the defense. We can't praise the defense 1 block, then neglect their existence the 2nd block. It's his best chance right here, right now, because you're there. Who knows what's about to happen next year? We don't know if other teams are going to start building and bringing forth dream teams.
See, Acho, I like that because you took me right to my point. When I talked about the LeBron James effect, you didn't let me mention who Anthony Davis was. That's the defense. The defense is Anthony Davis. They are the ones that are going to carry the load and do all the heavy lifting. Because as you see the Lakers now, AD can do all that stuff for 3 quarters, and LeBron James kind of pick and chooses when he comes in. That's what Tom Brady is going to do. As this defense, with all those young puppies in the back end, continue to get better. Yes, they need to re-sign Shaq Barrett. Yes, they need to keep Levante David around. They keep those guys around, and as they continue to grow, because Todd Bowles is going to be around, this defense is going to continue to ascend. That takes pressure off of Tom Brady. So rather than needing Tom Brady to be great for 16 games, maybe only 4 games does he need to play at a higher level. And then in the playoffs, once he gets into the tournament, he knows how to get them to the dance. I am okay with Tom Brady having that defense as his sidekick.
Yeah, man, we just got to look at history, too, because we can just dive into this and we can sound like we're on different sides with this, but only 2 quarterbacks in NFL history have won a Super Bowl in the first year with a team. Now, it's Nick Foles and Trent Dilfer, so obviously Tom Brady qualifies to be the third. But let's talk about the numbers and the fact that in the second season with the same team, 7 quarterbacks have won a Super Bowl. So it's just easier to do it your second year versus your first year. I'm not going to let that go, Acho. You try to sneak this in there a little bit. Talking about they caught some breaks. They caught some breaks. Well, LeBron caught some breaks, too, when he was with the Cavs and Draymond. I mean, every championship team catches some breaks. And, Bucky, you ain't slick either.
What breaks the Chiefs catch?
You ain't – what?
What breaks the Chiefs catch?
Oh, boy, they had to play Jimmy G. Here's the thing.